Real spit, you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking. Cause real spit, you don't find that often. Every discussion from experience. And hopefully within it delivers some deliverance. It's all facts and opinionated. From the West where that real spit originated. Brothers truly trying to save a soul. Provoke thought so we can really designate a goal. We on that grown man scribble. The ball in our court with command on the dribble. This is something that'll help the show. Cause it's something that'll help us grow. We see exactly what the people need. Now welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Learn to listen when it's grown man talking. Cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown man talking. Cause real spit you don't find that.
Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
Spitt'n Pollaseedz. And you on your phone, Canum. Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
Spitt'n Pollaseedz. I was looking at all the people coming in to watch the show.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's go, man. Come on.
Damn.
This is Spencer.
Damn, Spencer. Come on.
Say this is Spencer.
I got 10. I'm not going to bet against you.
This is Spencer.
Spencer, how you doing, Spence?
Hey, Spencer, how you doing? Is this Spencer?
Yes, sir.
Oh! What's up, homie?
Damn it, you, Spencer.
What's up, Spence?
Spencer, you got to give us a little while to do the intro of the
We
show.
didn't even start the show yet, man. You already called it, but thank you. What's going on?
No, Spencer. Spencer, call us in like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
all right?
give us a few minutes.
Let us open up. Let us open the doors real quick.
Okay, I'll call you at like 8:07.
There you go.
Perfect.
Is that a promise, Spencer? Is that a
807.
promise?
My man.
Not 808.
Come on, Spencer.
Not
Is that a
806.
promise? We need you to call.
Yeah,
807.
man.
807.
That's
He said he's going to call, Trevor.
I promise I will.
Got you,
Okay,
Spence.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Talk to you in a minute.
Yeah, Trevor wanted you to promise. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Show.
For sure.
But she's
Yeah,
Yo.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
up with you with all this? Please, you promise. What's up with all of that?
Promise,
Oh,
Spencer.
damn.
What?
Whoa.
Okay.
That feminized the whole little
Yeah.
energy level.
Leave
dog.
something for the.
That's it.
What you say? Leave some for
Listen
the.
to the CDs. I think it's the
Yeah.
what track? What track?
It's I don't know what number it
The
is.
third. I'm thinking
Okay, well, I believe you.
third track.
Yeah.
Irvin just released an awesome album. I think it was. I don't
And
really
for you to say that about hip hop, it says something. Not just because you my friend, man. Because you do. Yeah.
customer.
And it's West Coast hip hop. Glasses Malone, man. We just released it. Title is sorry, mama, but it's called Cancel These Nuts.
Well,
Now, if we can just
Yeah.
get him to commit to a damn release party.
release party. Right.
Yeah,
It's a date.
Yeah.
We are trying. We didn't reschedule. We didn't.
I think it's gonna be better now because the project is being really well received.
okay.
And so it's gonna even make it much more better for the release party.
All right.
Oh, we
And
know
it's
how
gonna be
your
a
week
comedy
build
show.
up.
Yeah.
Your week has been great.
I didn't.
It's
say
been
that.
great.
We all
Busy,
spoke up
man.
on your week.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
thank y'all, man.
Let him finish.
So
Let him
yeah.
finish this week.
So it's been a great week. Let's kick it around. Kanoom, how was your week, brother?
It's been tantalizing
Tantalizing.
Oh my God.
How so?
Damn.
because it's filled with challenges.
Okay.
And, you know, I've got to raise the up and hit the challenge. I'm like Dion.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Hey Siri, define tantalizing.
Tantalizing.
Tantalizing means tormenting or teasing with the sight or promise of something unobtainable. Do you
Okay.
want to hear the remaining one?
Yes, please.
I don't believe we doing
Torment
this.
or tease someone with the sight or promise of something that is unobtainable.
Thank you.
Mm.
No, for real. Like if I don't know a word,
You
I will ask.
in the
I want to know.
That sounds like
Yeah.
the definition of unconditional love.
Which is
Damn.
just happens to
the
be
big
Yeah,
title
that's
of
the title of the show
the
That's
tonight.
today's topic.
Yeah.
I like it
Unconditional
because-
love or tantalizing. Tantalizing.
Tantalizing love.
I like it because
Tantalizing love.
unconditional love, question mark.
Question
Right.
mark.
Definitely.
You can't forget that question mark.
Please don't.
Trevor, how was your week, bro?
Yeah.
Man, I've had a full week. I'm blessed twice. I'm blessed a few times, man. You know, I've had a balanced season right now, and that's also the sign of some people that are, what do they call, Libras or leprechauns? What is it?
Libras.
Okay,
They're
yeah,
not
Libras. The
leprechauns.
scale.
or the scales of justice, or maybe you've been in jail.
I've been. I guess it's actually a Libra season. I've been dealing with some sweet and some sours. I've been making my way through balance. But I'm seeing also where God has been blessing me through some of the speed bumps. There's been some, I pray for some of the families that are going through what they're going through right now, because it's very difficult for some of them, as well as I celebrate some people that are going through some awesome things right now. And I congratulate you on your accomplishments and your growth. So I've been in the midst of that, and I want to accept.
I love the way he starts his music when you start.
Yeah, because he already know.
He needs it.
This motherfucker get long-winded.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta hurry up, Trev.
You ever notice?
Urban, hold on, wait.
Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
Everybody in here has been going through some speed bumps, and then everybody in here has also been accomplishing some great things. So now I'm speaking to you guys also. Whatever you've been through.
All we asked is for how your week was. We haven't asked for a dissertation on how everybody else's week should go.
Yeah. Why don't you tuck it like your shirt? Yeah, tuck it. Yeah.
He's still dressing like he in Catholic school.
My week was good.
Come on, Kevin. You know I ain't wrong.
Kevin, how was your week, Kevin?
How was your week,
man? It's like a salad bar, man. Oh, there goes Spence. I know it's
what time is it? 8:07.
What up, Spencer? We all know Spence.
Spence.
You told him to promise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that you, Spence?
Hey,
Unconditional love.
I'm doing good today. So the topic today is unconditional love.
Question mark. You got to put that question mark on it.
Unconditional love is like for me, in my opinion, when you love your family and friends unconditionally, when you got compassion for people, and when you just keep people in your heart, but especially with your family.
Yeah, it's more prevalent in your family.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
That's
Thank you, man.
The only time we extend that unconditional love is normally to family, right?
And also, before I go, you mentioned something about praying for all the families that are going through tough times. I wanted to say I don't know if you heard, but the rapper Crazy Bones in the hospital right now. I was saying some prayers for him.
Yeah, good, man. Fighting for his life, man.
Bro.
Is he?
What happened?
Yeah, he has
a
blood.
Yeah.
Hey, if you see that quick flash across the screen, that's Keith.
That's the one that
that's
making it happen.
That's Keith.
Thanks for taking my call. Have a good night.
All the time.
Yeah, you
have a
too,
good
Spencer.
night,
Keep
too.
watching.
Yep. Next week. We'll see you here next week, Spence.
For sure.
Yep. For
For
sure.
sure.
There we go again.
For sure.
That's Flash.
Yep.
That was
I'll
Flash.
rock with Spencer, man.
Kev, how was your week? Kev.
Man, it's like
Yeah, we didn't finish Kev's week.
I said a salad bar, bro.
Yeah, salad bar.
Like
a buffet salad
What
bar?
restaurant? What restaurant?
What you mean a
man,
salad?
Let him tell you. Hey, he didn't cut you off. Go ahead, Kev.
You want to mediate everything.
Yeah, everything.
You want to
He
mediate
said
his
salad.
week.
Okay, but you don't have
salad,
to.
bro.
You don't
But
have.
you don't have to mediate.
He said
his
salad
He said
bar.
salad, bro.
No,
Okay.
salad bar is what he said.
Okay, go ahead.
Meaning an array of things.
If I say anything, it's a Keith.
Well,
Keith.
Then don't. Duh.
Yeah, there go that music again.
Yeah.
Trevor is talking. It's a whole R&B song.
Wow.
About to do some. He the balladeer.
Yeah.
Kevin, how was your week?
Yes, tell us how. Kevin.
Bar, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
Those are jerks.
Thank you.
A little this, little that.
Or
bro.
maybe that's what we in the phone as this week.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
jerks.
you know,
We're
that's
jerks.
switch up.
Yeah.
Jerks this week. Customers last week, jerks this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the hell we gonna be
So,
next week?
The topic is unconditional love. Should we?
Question mark.
Question mark. Definitely
Yeah.
question mark. Has anybody? When is the time that you felt you were loved unconditionally?
I would probably say with children and parents.
What about
Well,
you?
he said when you were loved.
Unconditional.
By my children and parents, and probably
Okay.
my dogs. But
Yeah. We're gonna leave the animals.
I think my current condition is the closest I've one of the closest I've received to feeling unconditional.
What do you mean your current condition? Your daughter?
The relationship with the young lady that I'm currently with, that I kiss in the mouth.
You want to get to that later? Yeah, you kiss her in the mouth.
That I kiss her in the mouth.
That just sounds so horrendous.
Kissing in the mouth is horrendous.
No, that just sounds the way you say it.
The way you say it.
The young lady that I kiss in the mouth.
You can't say you love her or nothing. You
just kiss her in the mouth. It just sounds like you passing germs.
Wow.
What about you, Kevin? A time in your life that you felt like you were loved unconditionally.
Wow.
Or a person. It doesn't have to be like a significant other. It could be your, like he said, a parent.
Well, I was told that I am loved unconditionally. So right now,
but do you feel it?
Yeah, I do.
You feel it?
I do. I really do.
Okay. What about you, EP?
I believe my mom.
That's
and my daughter. But I have a hard time accepting the term unconditionally because there are some conditions that can arise that will suck the love right out of a situation.
Do you think there's any condition that will arise that will stop your mother from loving you?
I don't think so. Not my mom. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think
so.
I don't think
because I don't think I would do anything to
that degree.
To that degree.
But I think
there are families and things that I've witnessed,
of course,
that is not exhibited.
It's questionable.
Not even that is not. It ain't questionable. It's you can see that there ain't no love.
Yeah,
I think we all can really, if you really look at some of the dynamics of some of the other families, you know somebody that don't love each other, that are a mother and daughter, or mother and son, or father and son, and So there are conditions. There are some things you can do to where love is eradicated, I believe.
Yeah, I think I would say for me, I did this one speech and I was talking about my grandmother, that I was shrouded with love. That was just covered. She covered me like
shrouded
with love. She just covered me. And I think those are the only people that I've felt unconditional love from was parents. My grandmother, my mother. I think it's quite expecting it from I don't think I've ever experienced it from a significant other. When I'm talking about a significant other, person I was in a relationship, very clear that the woman I was married to, that wasn't unconditional because we would have still been married or whatever. But that's the only person of the opposite sex that I felt like I was loved unconditionally by.
Wow. Mm. That's a wow. That's a lot.
Because I think children are subjective. You know, they take you, the parents out like my dad was telling me, children only take you out like a spare tire when they need to use you.
Yeah.
They call you when they need to use you.
Well,
most times.
Well,
not all children.
Not all children.
And even I'll even go this far, Kevin. When I was a kid, and probably all you guys, we said I hate you to our parents. Mm-hmm. We didn't say it to them. But
we wouldn't be here.
Normally right after a whooping. When you in their room.
Yeah.
I hate you.
God, take her now.
Wow. Take her now?
Bro.
Whoa. Have you ever heard your child say that?
Have you
heard your child say they hate you?
Have you ever said that, Kev?
Just tell the truth, Kev. Yeah. Just say yes.
My son is in the studio, so that's why.
Yeah.
Do you love me unconditionally?
No.
He's like,
just say no, man.
He said whatever.
Be
whatever.
Be for real.
He said whatever.
Whatever you say, man.
Yeah. I ain't going to
Don't try to flex because your son in here.
No, I'm just because
don't put him on the spot.
Yeah, why not? Shit, I've been on the spot even before they got here.
Yeah, well, don't put him on the spot.
Have you ever heard your kids say that they hate you?
But no, but I'm sure they said it.
And if you're doing it right, they ain't gonna say it
because they don't understand.
Yeah, if you being a parent, if you being a real parent, they're gonna say They hate
At
you.
least,
Yeah.
at least a few times.
Yeah.
It was one said that if your child always agrees with you, you're doing something wrong.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Because you're not disciplining them with boundaries and everything.
Terms,
but
limitations,
let's talk about the females, though.
You mean a female being in a
relationship
with a?
Have you ever had a female that you've been in a relationship with where you already said yes, that you felt like they loved you?
No, not feel. There's a difference. Because I'm like you. If
felt is past tense.
Yeah, past tense. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't feel it right now. I mean, that's why I'm using the word felt. So that you felt like they loved you unconditional. You already said yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt that from a woman you've been in a relationship?
If I'm not in a relationship now, and
nigga no, nigga no, mind your own business.
Because meaning that it didn't last or work.
It could have been.
So you're saying that I felt, or you could have said felt.
Yeah, it could have been unconditional love.
You're right.
On her part.
You're right.
And not on your part.
Yeah.
You couldn't forgive.
But
her
if I was
whatever.
in a relationship, but then that was a condition. She did something to where love was sucked out the room.
Yeah,
changed.
So no.
I would say I've never.
No, I couldn't say that.
I could say I've loved women, but I don't think that I love them unconditionally, or they love me unconditionally. I think when you wrapped up in it, a man will do what a man does for a woman will dictate whether he loves her or not. If you're willing to lay down your life for a woman, I think you truly love her. If you're willing to step in and be that true provider, and somebody is coming towards you all.
Or sometimes you can step in and not knowing that's okay. My life is on the line.
Oh,
but
yeah.
hey, I didn't know it was gonna.
Yeah,
it was gonna turn up quite this way.
One of the things
had I known,
right.
Get in the car.
The flip side to the same coin is, for me, am I prepared to? I ain't gonna die for you. I'll do you one better, and I will live.
That sounds great. That's so.
Sounds so
yeah.
sweet and
Oh my God. Yeah.
But
knock it off.
if you die, I can't love you no more. I can't do you no good.
So you saying you wouldn't die for
you wouldn't protect her?
I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do whatever it takes for us to sustain.
I'm not your friend.
I'm gonna do whatever it's gonna take for us to live well. That's how I feel. When you're in a relationship, like baby, because at one point, sometimes you might be feeling like, who would go first? You want you to go first, or you want her to go first? Sometimes it may seem odd, but I want her to go first because I don't want to have to live to sustain without me, right?
You want her to go first.
Some people feel like, you know what? I want
when
her
he
to go
asks you,
first.
what do you want?
In terms of
the same damn thing you just
Okay, I would hate for my girl to have
what
to
do
live
you want
without me.
What do you want? What do you want?
I would hate for my girl to have to live without me.
Answer the question, Trevor. What do you want? Not what would you hate. Do you want to go first, or you want?
I would.
You can't answer it.
I would just. Okay.
That's
hard. That's a tough. That's a tough question for you to answer.
But
right now.
you started.
That's a tough.
You started
that's
dancing
a tough
around.
Question.
Don't dance around
I'm telling you, it's a tough question for me to answer
right
now.
We got a minute. We got a minute.
I would hate. I would hate for my girl to live without me. I don't want her to go at all, right? But I would rather it be together.
That doesn't.
But I would hate for her.
Trev, read
It's a hard question. Do any of you have any exes that you love, or vice versa? Just because
you still love, or vice versa.
Just because the relationship failed doesn't necessarily mean that the love doesn't exist.
I would say yes.
We are talking about unconditional love, which I think is very different from just saying I love you.
Okay, so I think that
unconditional love is it's more severe. It's the severity is up here in comparison to they have all these
eros.
Yeah, the eros. Yeah, the love, the friendship love, and
the phileo.
It may sound crazy. It may sound crazy, but when Martin said, like, you know what, me personally, I'm gonna let you go ahead, and I'll just love you from behind.
So is that how you feel?
Like I love you from. So
is that
it's some relationships where I know I'm sure because you guys are givers. Like, I'm gonna love you, but I can't be with you. I'm gonna love you from over. You keep going, boo.
I'm gonna love you from a distance.
I'm gonna love you from a distance.
I get that.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
Stand
Let me stir it up a little bit.
There we go.
Yeah. Do any of you guys know somebody that love you unconditionally that you don't love back like that?
We all do. That always happens.
I don't think I know anybody.
P, come on, dog.
You kind of critical. You kind of critical.
But you still know somebody that just love you that you don't feel quite the same way about.
No,
I don't think there's somebody that loves me unconditionally that I don't feel the same way about them.
Yeah,
because that's when you say you love somebody unconditionally, that shit is deeper than deep.
Yeah, but you ain't experienced them in that capacity for you to find out the depths of their love. But on the outside, on the surface, is a very good chance that they love you unconditionally.
And you don't love them back.
Very good chance. Well, yeah. if I feel like this, we're talking about females, right?
I would hope.
Okay, yeah. I'm clear. We are on the show with Trevor. I just wanted to be clear.
Jerk.
Client. So, yeah, he do got on them bisexual pants. Yeah.
Client.
They buy everything. They bipolar, bisexual,
bi-coastal.
Bye.
Answer the question.
Wait, I forgot what the question was. Okay, we're talking about unconditional love. You know, Kevin over there about to lose his. We got to give Kevin a Heimlich maneuver. Yeah. Oh yeah. We are. I don't. Let me say this. I think women have, and this is how some of this got started, right? I think women don't have the capacity to love unconditionally or love differently from men. Of course, they're two different species. They love opportunistically, and we got to think about this.
It's the way they're wired.
It's the way they're hardwired.
I disagree.
I would tell my.
We'll come back to you. We'll come to you.
Let me finish. I would tell my daughter to love someone that can do for her, right? You don't tell your daughter to go love a bum, nobody that can't do nothing for you, or anything of that nature. This gentleman has to be able to provide, protect, all these things that we say men do. She's going to look for the highest value male that she can attain.
A wife,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on, Trevor. Hold on.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm just saying that's the way they're hardwired. I'm gonna let you say your piece, and then we're gonna go to our visual aids.
Okay, so how many times have we told women the truth? Where we are, what we're doing, where we stand, how we going, how we moving forward, how I'm functioning. You tell her that, and then she go ahead and, okay, you know what? I'm gonna work through it. I'm gonna stay with you. I'm gonna deal with it. But the moment she tells you, okay, you know what? I cheated, or I'm stepping out, or whatever else, and we just lose it. A lot of men lose it. It's a lot of men in jail right now.
That's
behind.
Very different.
How's it different? How's it different? We're talking about unconditional love. How's it different? So
you can tell a female. If a woman is not loyal to a man, he's going to eradicate that situation off the rip, because it offers a level of respect that he can't take that. He can't take that amongst his peers. We've done women wrong in so many occasions, and the women stay with the man. True or no? Okay, you're right. We're talking about if a woman trip on us, we out the loop. Like, no, I'm out.
We're wired different,
right? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
So you're defining a condition.
What do you mean?
You're defining there was a threshold that was crossed that allowed that relationship to end. Whatever it is, that was a condition, right?
Okay.
Unconditional means there's nothing you can do
for the woman, for the man, or for the woman.
For whoever gave up.
A lot of women stay for a man. Let's just, like you say, whether it be hypergamy or that ultra or omega man or whatever you call it. So now she stayed with him, whether it be for money, finances, raising his kids, or whatever else. Oftentimes, a lot of women do stay with us, man.
Until when?
until after the short-term goal has been accomplished.
Okay,
Whether it be raising the child or the money that she
that
wanted.
is a condition.
Keith.
Okay, you can call it
right.
that.
Keith,
Okay.
You remember
can you
real
cue
quick,
up
brother?
the visual aid?
You remember the song that
And then
Tony
we go.
Braxton made? Why are men forgiven and women aren't?
No.
Listen to it.
Okay.
Can't love you in a way that you expect her to love you, which is true, right? Like women love a man under the condition that he's useful. Chris Rock said it in his stand-up Tambourine. Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Men are only loved under the condition they provide something. Right? That's not to say that a woman can't love you or that you can't love a woman, right? Like I love my girlfriend and she loves me immensely. But I'm acutely aware that if I stop chasing excellence, fall flat on my ass, I get fat, I'm out of shape, I'm not able to make money, she's probably going to bounce. And that's okay. The whole point of the red pill is not to piss you off or not to get you to the point where you keep women at a distance or that you don't like fall for them sort of thing. It's like, no, have a relationship with a woman, have a relationship with multiple women if that's what you want to do, but just understand their nature.
That's kind of pivotal because that even when you say that's their nature, that's fine. But I think
you said that's pitiful.
Wifely spirit. I said
pivotal.
no.
I was just making sure because
but a wifely spirited,
a
wifely spirited woman, in my opinion, is gonna be like, you know what, baby, let me help you figure this out because she has the mental fortitude and the capability to help you get to a point. If you don't want to work, if you don't want to help, if you don't want to contribute, okay, a wifely spirited or any woman would leave you. So with that, I agree. But if circumstances may have happened to you and you also you also are married to or in a relationship with a woman that is loving, caring, and is prosperous, she's like, hold on, baby, let's fix this. Monica, in some issues where I may fall short, she would be like, baby, look, we could use my computer for your blah, blah, blah. We could use my printer for your blah, blah, blah.
That's
right?
Great. That's
so
great.
So when a person is speaking in we, or when your girl is speaking in we, that's to help you and also to help ensure as a preventative measures that you don't fall. But if life does happen to you and she leaves, then everything that man just said is valid.
I was talking to a young lady today, and she talked about she was married for 18 years, and the gentleman that she's no longer married to, they're getting a divorce from, is no longer he over these years, she already realized that this dude is not doing anything. You know what I mean? Choice. He's not being prosperous. He's not edifying her in whatever kind of capacity.
By choice or circumstance.
Whatever it is. By choice and by circumstance. And we could say it may be it's not a person's choice to get sick, right?
So he got sick. That's a circumstance.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not his choice to get sick, but a woman will leave if he's no longer being able to provide the same. I don't think that sickness and in health is truly, people really live by that. We do it by sometimes, but by morality, however you're raised, yeah, you taught to stick it out. But at some point in a natural progression, a woman is going, okay, let me find me something else. This is not the same dude I married.
I experienced something like that to a certain capacity, not in depth, like unfortunately like that guy, but there were some things that me and Monica wanted to do. And I was like, you know what, hold up on that. Like, give me a minute. She said, baby, this is something that we need. I'm gonna pay for it. Ooh. I was like, baby, that's over a few thousand.
Let me ask you a question, P. When did Cupid join the army? Because he clearly drives a tank now. Because that boy
that's why he got on this army green today.
Cupid done hit you, boy, with a sniper
rifle.
No, yeah. But y'all know I was against that Cupid shit.
I know, but he got
you. But yeah,
Cupid is a ninja.
I'm like, nah. She was like, God. No, Trevor, this is something that you really need. We should do it. I'll pay for it. I was like, I ain't trying. What?
Can't get.
Give especially in the mouth.
And then I turn around like, okay, so what do you want for your birthday? Just example. So what do you want for your birthday, right? She said socks. And some of y'all even bought her a pair of socks. But she wanted socks for her birthday.
We're talking
but she
about.
knew that I was also not on. It wasn't one of those nights where it was, you know what? Hey, the world is your oyster. It was like, hey, baby, the world ain't your oyster. We can't go out and ball like that. Okay, so what do you want for your birthday? Socks. When I told her the world was her oyster, she was like, nah, I'm cool. Taco truck.
We're not talking about a generalization where it's all women. You found it took you, how old are you?
I'm 55.
It took you
55 and 3/4.
3 years
and
to find this.
You ran.
Yeah. And she had to almost tie you down to get to this space. So
everybody is. Let me just say this, and it's all just aside. Everybody is not experiencing what you are experiencing at this moment.
Right, I agree.
So you gotta.
But I'm still with
you. You're not even letting me finish. You don't even know. You don't even know what I'm gonna say. You don't know what I'm gonna say. I hate this guy. I know. So
what you gonna say?
So quit painting the world with a broad brush. Because you do that.
How am I doing that? I said for me, my situation. But y'all know I'm like that marriage shit and all that.
That marriage what?
That marriage shit. I was like, dog, the way everybody's going through this marriage shit, cookie cutter shit, the way they doing shit. I'm like, I'm not with all that. I'm like, so how you gonna say I'm painting with a broad brush? I'm not a major fan of marriage.
No, listen. Because your circumstances, you speak from a place to what you're experiencing bliss right now. You're speaking to that. But you're leaving us guys out here who are not experiencing bliss, and you're painting the world with a broad stroke. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying my.
Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah, you are wrong. You are wrong. You're wrong.
It's not a generalization.
I'm not generalizing it. I'm saying me because I'm with y'all on this.
We get you saying,
but you saying that. But right before you said that, nope, not all women. Nope.
I say not all women because why a wifey spirit and just women in general.
We get that. We know that there are exceptions to the rules. We know that.
Yeah.
So we're speaking we're gonna keep it on general terms.
We're talking about the majority. Let's speak in majority terms.
Okay, got you. You got that. Because me and Kevin are in a different space, I believe.
Don't throw Kevin in that.
What space?
Don't see
in a space where someone makes us feel as if we're being unconditionally loved. Because someone is making us feel unconditionally.
Who says that I'm not unconditionally loved? I didn't say
I was relationship.
I didn't say that I'm not unconditionally loved.
You're not in a relationship, so how could you be unconditionally loved? I can still be
unconditional. I don't need to be in a relationship to be loved.
Go on.
He's being loved by his mother unconditionally.
Yeah, because that's it. Yeah. My mother and the keyboard. That's it.
That's all
I got. But one day, I'll be blessed.
Because your keyboard, once you touch
you married to it.
She makes beautiful music.
Hey,
and I have several of them.
Everything that you pour into your studio, into your keyboard, there's some reciprocity return whatever you pour into it.
One day I'm gonna make the perfect melody and it's gonna spill out.
She's an investment. Your music loves you unconditionally.
One day be harmoniously.
Exactly.
You
were divine love together.
Right. You will have the Sheila E.
The object of my affection.
Okay.
But to this day.
So let me ask you guys.
Unconditional love is.
Have you ever given the flip side of the coin? Have you ever given unconditional love, or do you love anybody unconditionally right now?
Let me tell you this.
Not your children or your mom.
You said given, we just came from a relationship, right?
Okay, we're gonna keep it in a relationship. Okay. Have you ever loved someone unconditionally?
No, not in a relationship. Nope.
Why not? Why not?
Because if you cheat or you can do some things to me to where I'm like, it will affect me. It will affect my productivity. It would affect my mental. So self-preservation is first.
I think men have more of a capacity to love unconditionally.
Well, let me say this. I'll switch the loves. You would get eros, and you would get phileo. No, you would switch from eros to phileo.
Might get fellatio.
Yeah.
I knew he was somebody.
Yeah.
Waiting on that one.
So you just want, go ahead then. He want to fill my cup up. Okay.
So
you asked for it. Okay, all right, there you go. Come on, Popeye. Come on, let's go. I've taken all I can stand because I can't stand no more. Yeah.
I just feel like men have more of a capacity to love unconditional.
I would believe that.
Because a woman can lose her job.
She don't even have to lose her job. She could start off with nothing and we will love her.
Yes. If we got the money to.
Yeah.
No, you don't need no money.
Most men can because they what?
Baby, we can go to Costco. $1.50. You get what? We got $3. We got 2 hot dogs and a soda.
We and be in a blissful state.
Yeah.
Nah, they can't do that.
Right.
But the other way around, take that same situation.
I want to go to Roof Chris. I need that motherfucker to have a bag.
Identify when that's important for us. We need to identify when we're being used too.
But I think when you talk about hypergamy, which is a woman's, I think, intrinsic in the woman to biologically want the best seed she can have, and where is she going to get the best seed from? She's going to get the best seed from the best male, and the male that she gets with depends on her survival.
Do you think that we as men should be doing that?
I don't think it works. The flip side.
I think the older we get, it does, and not necessarily monetarily.
Right.
We get to pick what we like.
When we get older, we get to the point where you're like, you know what? Hold on.
Like, nah.
Keep it pushing because we have more control and discipline of ourselves.
And
you're fairly. Bro, I can't even fight in front of you. Then, am I right or wrong? True or true? So then,
that's a different situation.
Okay, maybe so, but she can't. You get one. Bye. Be out.
I think she has
totally.
And Irvin know exactly what he wants, how he wants it, and he's not going to stop until he gets exactly how and what he wants. Let's go ahead and read the sign. Please call, question, and give us your question and comments.
TN1406 says she can't be ugly and you love her. Is that a question?
Totally different occurrence.
Totally different currency.
Well, she can't be ugly.
What does that mean?
But she don't have to be a 10.
No.
I mean, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
So that don't really,
So nah. We're not going to get the first base.
And our tens is different than it was before.
Yeah,
it's whatever attracts us
for sure.
You know what I mean?
And oftentimes, let me ask y'all this: can y'all oftentimes, as we get older, see a woman's spirit and be attracted to it before the physical?
And yeah.
Plus.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say a whole lot.
Because of Mr. Critical, Mr. No Fart.
I can't blame him for liking what he likes and not settling for what he likes. You can't blame him.
And when they talk about marriage, talk about settling.
If it's flatulence, and then it's
right.
Hey.
Urban just said, I can't blame you for not settling. So why do we use the term settle down? For me, if I ain't gonna happy up, I don't want to be in it.
You're a little critical with words, though.
Call it critical with words, but you want to settle and be down, which is a double negative. Or do you want to happy up?
It doesn't mean that.
Well, let's stop.
It doesn't mean.
It doesn't have to mean.
No,
that.
settle down doesn't mean the way you internalize it.
Right. But that's my interpretation.
That's
what
I'm saying. But you're putting it on us.
No,
so the only reason I'm
saying
speaking
a lot of
because
share and teach me.
Settle down. So when I'm running, right? Say I'm running. When I slow down, it doesn't mean that I'm slower, or does it mean that I just came to a halt? Does it mean I'm slower mentally? The way that you internalize and you use these words and make them something alternate that everybody else thinks different of. That's not my reality. Does it make sense? Am I making a little sense?
Well, he's looking at you dumbfounded.
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
I don't think it's making any sense to him.
Trevor, do I need to make another analogy?
Please.
I'm just saying, you don't get that one?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Happy up. What does happy up mean?
Okay. Happy means that now I'm happy and I'm on top. I'm happy and I grew. I'm happy and I evolved. I'm happy and I'm elevating. Whereas settling for anything, settling for this person.
Is settling
is settling
always a bad thing? Let's say this.
It's not settling a bad thing. But I'm just giving you a different perspective.
Let's talk about compromise then. Maybe the word settling is unsettling for you.
It is.
So maybe
I gotta settle for this shit. It's you know what I mean. It's how many people settle down and now they're divorced.
Can we use the word compromise?
Okay, go ahead. Teach me.
I mean, you may. In my earlier days,
can we say bond? Can we say bond? There's other words that you can use. Is bonding bad?
No.
Okay, that means you are stuck to something. Bonding means to be stuck to, right?
Okay.
So is being stuck to, if I use the term I'm stuck with this person, that's a negative connotation, right?
Settling also is, but go ahead.
I mean, we can go on forever with this.
We're splitting hairs at this point.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see what Tyrone has to say.
Yeah.
Okay,
because
Tyrone,
Trevor,
I put that. I say that all the time. I will not settle. I'm not settling down. I am choosing up. Thank you, Tyrone. I applaud your comment. Thank you, man. Like and share. Okay, so that's just another person that shares my view.
Tyrone, I'm sure.
That's another person that shares my view.
You know
but
Tyrone.
I want to learn you guys' perspective with the positive aspect of settling it down. Somebody teach me. Or
I just taught you. You don't want to learn.
I do want to learn, Irvin, because someone
you
gave me some clarification earlier.
We were talking about compromising. That could be another form of settling, right? Okay, I may want this, and this. If she only gives me 5 of the 10 things,
you settled.
I'm a compromise. Just use another word. I'm a compromise because some of these things she's so great at. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna move forward along with this. I'm not saying I'm settling, but you could use that term still, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So it's the same. It's just
okay. How about this? How about this? This is just for me. Settling. Instead of being all over the place, I am stationary. I am stable. I am put, and I'm grounded. Settling down from my perspective. I'm trying to be on you guys' side with this. Okay.
I think that's how the majority of people view the term settling
is
down.
That?
I'm gonna get out of the rat race.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop the hustle and bustle, and I'm going to settle down with this person. I think that's the overall consensus when it comes to that word.
Look, here we have somebody that says, I like happy up. Let's replace settling down with happying up. Okay. Now, I'm not sure exactly who this person is, but
probably one of your friends.
Yeah, you have two people that share. You have two people that share.
Okay, and again, like and share. And if you guys can come back next week after you propose the
call in if you agree with Trevor.
Yeah.
And call in if you don't agree.
If you don't, we would love to hear from you. Yeah. But I think it's just more of a positive verbiage.
What are words?
Words are keys that unlock either joy or sweet or sour. Words are keys that unlock.
That's why I got so quiet.
I can say some things.
Nobody wanted to say anything to that.
I can say some things that can destroy a person because we were made with words. Or I can say some things that can give you guys life. I think words are key.
Well, just like we were saying with Canoe, Trev, it's basically it's how you feel. So I'm not gonna go against how you feel. If it's technical, if it's technical on what word, settling down, just like with some of the audience, then so be it. May not agree. We can agree to disagree.
I have a question,
but we don't want to get stuck on that part.
Right, we
of
don't
the show.
have to.
This show is about unconditional love and how I don't love you unconditionally.
Is there a difference between unconditional love and being blinded?
I think unconditional love and blinded is totally different.
Completely different.
How so? Because some people
here you go with the semantics of the words again. Let's stick with the topic.
If you was a girl, your name would be Samantha. Boy, that
Yeah.
boy is a romanticizer.
If you want to really break down the meaning of the word, then you have to get in the etymology of the word, and we're not going
hit him with the etymology.
Okay,
And they sell those at the Thai restaurant. The etymology.
That etymology.
Yeah.
Have you guys given unconditional love?
You
We
asked that already.
earlier.
Yeah.
Kevin, did you
go
answer
to the
it?
next bullet on your paper?
But no, you
No, I
answered it, but
didn't.
Kevin didn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
You never have.
I didn't get it back.
Mm.
And then, and if you want to say, yeah, of course, yeah, we was a little blinded back then, because the shit that we put up with or tried to hang in there, we refusing to do that shit again. So we got our sight.
What about you? Have you experienced unconditional love, even in your
experienced it?
Yeah, or yeah,
and I've experienced it and given it. Yeah.
So you're still in love with that person?
Not in love, but I just love from a distance.
That's
not
the relationship.
That's not what we're talking about.
Sometimes relationships had to come to an end, right?
Okay.
But I'm not. You can't always be in love. So no, I'm not in love.
So what happened to where you're not in love anymore? What happened?
It could have been a death.
I'm asking you.
The
Was it
relationship dissolved? No, the relationship.
Okay, so why even bring the death
The
up?
relationship's dissolved. I love you, but I gotta love you from a distance because I gotta preserve my health.
What happened?
So no.
What happened?
I can't recall exactly what happened, but
something happened, right?
It dissolved.
It just you really care about this relationship because you don't even remember what happened.
Yeah.
It dissolved. Different things dissolved. I have to
almost
love you from
I can
from
almost
a
guarantee you it was a condition that happened. Yeah. Something happened to where you're not in that relationship or in love no more with that person.
I think it could have been could have been a repetition of things that I didn't that I brought to the table that we need to fix. And it got to the point where it's like, okay, are you doing this on purpose now? It's like, hey, this is going to have effect on me and you. So we don't need to do that again. So then when that is done again, that is done again, it's like I love you, but this is not going to be healthy for me and you.
Yeah, I get it. It's not healthy.
It was best to break up. I love you, but hey,
but that's not a display.
Let's just leave it alone.
Yeah,
So do you think that if you love a person, you have to stay in a relationship with them?
If you love a person unconditionally, that means you and I've
endure.
said this before. You are truly forgiving whatever they've done.
Thank you.
That has caused you any pain. You forgive them and you move on.
And that's you continue.
But you got to move on.
That's
with your
where
own life.
unconditional love is displayed.
I'm on some Heisman Trophy. Be blessed. I'm protecting my heart. I'm gonna block you, and I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Love.
But you don't have to necessarily be in love. Right.
That's another.
Okay, so some of what my views are maybe discredited, and I respect it.
We're not here to discredit. We're here to talk about unconditional love. ? Can you love unconditionally, or can't you? I think men have more of a propensity to love unconditionally than women. That's my stance.
I think because we're talking about relationships. We're not talking about
men are not really hypergamous in nature.
We extend
we extend ourselves for the relationship. When we make more money, it goes to the family. When a woman makes more money, she gets independent. And she doesn't need you anymore.
Wow.
Is your first time hearing that?
No.
I've heard it before.
It's not my first time hearing it. But,
I've heard it before, but from many women that have maybe start out with a guy. They start out in the same place, but she advances far faster or greater than he does. And often, not saying all the time. Sometimes the trope is we've grown apart.
All right, the next message was that was from Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
You can read it. What was it? You don't remember?
I can't. You can definitely love someone unconditionally without being romantically involved. I don't know if you guys.
I agree with that because
isn't that what I was saying?
We're talking about. I love my children unconditionally. I feel
we're talking about relationships. Keep it on the table.
Yeah, for this specific show, we were talking about relationship. man and a woman. So we has that happened to you? I don't know what.
Has that happened to you, Canone?
What happened?
Been in a relationship that's unconditional, but you're not romantically involved.
No, we said we're gonna stay on the romance side.
So that's it. Has that happened to you?
We just said we're gonna stay on the romance side. Now you asking me a question. You just said we're gonna stay on the romance side. Because we could talk about children and everything side. Or relationship side. Okay, you want to say relationship, I'll say romance. In a romantic I hope you're in some kind of relationship that's romantic. Right? So I'm just saying I was in a relationship and that clearly that relationship wasn't I felt I was based on unconditional love. But I think in her thing, nah, this motherfucker not the same.
So you think you can quit doing whatever you were doing? You can quit being a provider. You can quit being a protector. You can sit at home all day, play video games. You can say, "Hey, cook me something." I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this, and still be in a romantic relationship with a person.
Yeah,
Mr. Graham.
I take preventative measures. So I cannot be. It's impossible for me to do that if I have already dealt with, and understood this person, seen a pattern of behavior with this person, have my job, mission, vision, and purpose with this person understood that they would do something like that, because hopefully by the time it gets to that point, they wouldn't choose to do that because we have a clear understanding and respect and love for one another. So taking preventative measures is one of the best ways to prevent shit from happening. I'm going to be proactive versus reactive.
Cue the music, please.
Do you have a question? Do you have a question? Has someone left? Okay, that's gone.
I think.
Okay, so do you guys think that there are good?
No, the question was, she asked the question where has someone left you because of change of finances or change of lifestyle? And I would say, yeah, clearly, let me be blunt. My ex-wife, it was a change of lifestyle. And she left. She bounced. I felt it wouldn't have never happened if it wasn't a change of lifestyle. Yeah. It wouldn't have had nothing to do with my finances. If it's something, I was still making the same amount of money, but I was on disability at work. So I was around all the time. And what I was suffering from a disability, it made me look totally different. You know what I mean? I had to take prednisone and this and this and that. And she was I seen it in her eyes. Oh, this nigga. Oh.
And then
he ain't the same.
Wow, sorry,
he ain't the same motherfucker.
Yeah. My condition was I was working.
Yeah.
I couldn't be there when they wanted me there. I wasn't willing to stop providing because they wanted me to just be sitting around.
Yeah.
That changed, or not changed. They wanted to change the circumstances, and I wasn't allowing that to happen. So that was a condition that I wasn't willing to change in. So the relationship suffered, and it resulted into something else, and that ended the relationship, which means that was a condition that.
And women say they want that. Yeah. But when it happens, they don't want that shit.
Yeah, you want the results,
sitting around.
But you want the results. But if I would have sat around and then the finances would have been a problem, that would have been a problem.
Yes.
So, well, I mean, a lot of them don't know really what they really, really want. And just like what you were saying, Canone, then that's where the unconditionally kick in. You don't get up and walk away because I'm going through some shit. You should. I mean, even if you go by the vows, it tells you for
that
better or worse.
Sounds nice,
exactly. Right? But we know now. If I'm married and then her health start failing, I'm there. Period. Doing whatever it is that I need to do. But then, and even talking to other women, and getting their I knew women that when their man was down, they even stepped outside of the relationship.
But a lot of people say that too, but not even challenging you, but I'm just challenging you to think a little further. What if the mental health changes?
That's who.
Well, because I'm like this, E.
That's a hard one.
Going through dealing with my mom when she went through what she went through.
Mm-hmm.
That shit put a strain on
absolutely.
all of us.
Absolutely, I can imagine.
And we had to learn on the fly.
It takes a special person.
So, but, and I feel if my wife happens to have to experience that as well, I'm gonna ride it all the way out.
Okay, let me say this. That's one aspect, right? There's different forms of mental illness. Mm-hmm. What if that person hears voices and they try to kill you? And I know somebody.
Right.
That's a little different, bro.
Yeah, it's totally different.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And then my thing is you
can't even be around them because you can't even read
the research on if you have to put them, in a place, placement, then
what are you gonna do in the interim when they're in that place and you in your place? What are you gonna do?
I went through that with to be transparent. I went through that with my son, my youngest son. Mm-hmm. I think some of y'all may know it, but he was just going through some mental issues. He ended up being diagnosed. What I had to do, and which is crazy, I had to sleep with my door locked because my mind wasn't even.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't settle because what this motherfucker might do. I didn't know what he would do. I wake up, he's standing over me like he might be hearing voices, and
you don't know.
And there's been times where even talking to him, you could see like he was staring right through you. He was somebody else. It's not even about you talk about this is not a physical fight. It was more mental and spiritual principalities. That's more of on that stage than and dealing with that. There's times I had to be like, oh no, let me call the pet team because he's totally out of line right here. Let me call them to see if we could get a handle on this.
Yeah.
And you don't want us. I went to a mental institution, and I've never only seen this on movies where my son was standing at the window doing this, just rocking. You know how you see? I only saw this shit in movies.
Yeah.
That shit broke my heart.
I can imagine
my heart.
Yeah.
Like it's my youngest son doing this at the window, and I'm like, what the fuck? And if you're not, I could say that's the roughest thing I ever went through with a loved one that I could not control that. I couldn't. Right. You can't discipline that.
No.
Because how do you discipline that? I can only try to talk to. My son is in there.
Yeah.
And he would have his highs and lows.
Right. But you stuck with it. You went through it. And that's just what I'm saying. Yeah. I know, of course. I would have to try to do the same thing because I'm not.
It's not even about you. I'm
just saying.
At you,
but no. I know you're not.
Other things that can occur
in that situation. I would feel the same way. It's like
hard pill.
By you mentioning that and sharing, thank you. And you mentioned that and sharing, thank you. I had gone through a relationship like where it was abusive. She put her hands on me. She was mentally abusive. She wanted things from me that I had no desire to participate in. And by her being physically abusive, it gave me an issue in an area that I needed to get healed from. I remember one time, even at night while we were sleeping, she was holding the baby and she punched me. And I'm like, okay, it almost within myself snapped. And then even certain jokes or whatever else, we were on this very show, and I have to apologize even to you publicly, but it touched on an area in my heart to where this bitch, sorry, fuck it,
you said it,
bitch. I said it.
You said it.
She was punching on me and beating on me and broke my glasses and things of that nature. Wow. And I'm like, you socking me. And, I have to let my oldest, I have to let my daughter like, baby, you right now, you need to go because my plan in my mind is, okay, daddy about to leave. and I almost snapped. And by God's grace, I held my spirit together, so not to do what I was planning on, what I was going to do, right? And somebody punching on you, and even in the middle of the night, or arguing with you until 3 a.m, and tormenting you and making you, or lying to you, and you going through with their lie. It's like, okay, we got to stop this. We got to break up, and not wanting to do it. You're pushing me to a point now where it could become violent. It's like, you got to leave. She said, no, you got to leave. I said, this is my house. She said, but I got to. I'm like, wait a minute. How you gonna ask me, how to face a breath, to ask me to leave my house? Like, what the fuck? This don't make sense. Right. And seeing this person's spirit change right in front of me, to where you look one way and then you actually look differently. And then now it's like, hey, this could have an effect on me. So what I did was praise God in the meantime. Like, God, thank you, God. To I got tears in my eyes and I'm bawling like, Lord, thank you. And she come in like, what you doing praying? I'm like, ooh. Right. One time she checked me while I was in church. I'm like, hey man, I'm praying. What you doing? So it's like, you know what? That unconditional thing is, in some situations it is. In other situations it ain't. So you know, let's go ahead. Is it okay to go ahead and go?
Yeah, that got time. Yeah. If not, because that right there was real spit. Yeah. What you just spoke on, bro. Real because there's some people that's out there that's going through that same situation right now.
Some capacity it hurts. So sometimes there is, you know, unconditional love. Sometimes you got to stop it. So
thank you guys for tonight's show. No, I'm not cutting you off.
Yeah, definitely.
Next, I am, but I'm not.
It's okay.
But next week's show is everybody can't go.
Right.
Simple. Everybody can't go. But back to you, Trevor.
Just to wrap it up. So let us all understand that there's a fine line between being a gentlewoman or a gentleman and being looked at as a pushover. And, you know, they also opens the window of opportunity for somebody to abuse you. Also, let's understand that love is an action word. So if you're not being loved, the reciprocity isn't there. So if you inhale and just take all the time, it's not going to work for you. If you give all the time, it's not going to work for you. And also understand your love cup. If you keep pouring from your love cup, after a period of time, it's going to be empty. But you need to refill your cup of love so that you can give to those that are worthy of it, not that those that are just going to spill it and take it for granted. So we're running out of time, but thank you for your calls, your questions, and your comments. Please tune in, like, and share so that somebody else can share. We appreciate a subscription. You guys will be here next week, and so will we. So we see you next week on Spitt'n Pollaseedz Wednesdays. Have an awesome week until we meet again, my friends.
Yep. Yes, sir.
If there is something you can do to stop me from loving you.
Me? You won't stop loving me.
He already did that.
There's something you can do.
What? What? Keep trying.
You already did that.
Man, I'm just saying. It was some more I was going to add to